Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. That's
To
my new
Lamar
birthday
Odom.
song. That's ooh.
It's his
So
birthday today.
Who else do you share a birthday with?
Jack Knight. I just found that out.
Oh,
That's pretty awesome. So if Denver 11 of 2K16, right? Denver 11s.
that
2K16
was him, wasn't it?
That's Jack Knight. He's also a writer and one of the voices on Big Mouth, and I have seen him perform stand-up out here in LA, and he is fucking hilarious. So that's pretty cool. Who else? Emma Stone.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one. My favorite, my buddy Dixon's grandma. She's a fucking badass.
Shout out to Dixon's grandma.
He came and visited last week, and his grandma legit calls just to make sure he had gotten there. And she's like, he put her on speaker because we've all met her a few times. She goes to every one of his wrestling matches.
Oh, I've heard. I'm still mad at him that he hasn't started a podcast with her or a YouTube channel. It's crazy.
She's wild. And she's just like, all right, guys, make sure. She's like, I gotta go to the bank and pick up some cash. But you guys have a good night. Don't get too fucked up. If you need money for a cab, let me know. She's like, make sure you guys get top shelf for your birthday. Have a good one. And then she just hangs up. And I'm like, Dixon, it's 10 o'clock at night here. And he was like, yeah. Like, that means it's midnight back in Chicago. How the fuck's your grandma going to the bank at midnight? And he was like, she'll be fine. She does all the time. His grandmother is a gangster. She's a fucking G.
That's so weird.
Yeah. And I share I share a birthday with her.
Well, happy birthday to grandma and happy birthday to you, sir. You are now 29 years old. You are inching closer to death, just like the.
Yeah, yes, I am.
Just like me, buddy.
No. Whoop.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Just like all of us, because that's how time works.
So you guys celebrated this past weekend then?
Yeah, we just hung out this weekend. We went to Hanji Park. Shout out to Hanji Park. Fucking great ass Korean barbecue.
Amazing.
Yeah, we went to the pub that's right next down the street from us afterwards. Got some beers. Just chilled. It was nice. Like on Sunday, but since he had to leave, we just hung out at the house, play video games, watch TV until he had to leave. And we were like, yeah, that's easy enough.
So tight. Tight.
Very me weekend.
Love it. I need to take this opportunity because I don't know if he'll be listening, but I hope he is. Mr. Jeff Rosales, let me tell you something, sir. I consider you a dear friend, and I love you. But you, sir, are a fucking idiot. You are an idiot. You are the worst type of sports fan. You are driving me nuts with your ridiculous Chicago Bulls takes. I don't want to go on another rant like I did last week. I still maintain Kobe White is good. He's still a rookie. And Jim Boylan is caca, okay? He's fucking caca. I can't stand him. Yeah. The fact that the way that we lost that Lakers game last night was arguably the worst basketball watching experience, specifically watching the Bulls, that I've had over these last 4 years. I have never been so upset.
The Bulls are now 3-6 on the season, and the Bulls have now blown 6 fourth quarter leads.
It's crazy.
So all 6 losses they were leading, and on top of that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 4 out of those 6 they were up by double digits. This team does not know how to close. I think it's because they're young and because the coach sucks.
Bro, last night he literally had the second unit on the floor, and when asked at what point were you going to take them out? You guys were losing the lead. He was just like, these young guys, they've got to learn these tough game situations. It's like, you're not in college. You're not expected to take 15 kids and turn them all into
man.
They're not going to be 4-year fucking seniors, you fucking idiot. You have 7 players tops, 8 tops. That's your rotation. That's it. Luke Cornett, get the fuck out of here. No more Luke Cornett. I don't want to see him. I don't. He's terrible on defense. Now, granted, look, they defended the shit out of AD last night, but that's primarily based on Wendell Carter's defense. Luke Cornett is trash. Stop playing Luke Cornett. Fucking get Gafford in there. Anyways, I don't want to talk about the Bulls because I'm going to get all heated up. I'm sorry. Jeff, you're an idiot. Stop. Let go of Derrick Rose, man. He forgot about you. Okay? It's time to forget about him.
Also, I would like to point out the only tweet I saw him have that I was like, what kind of dumbass take was this? For the listeners at home, this man tweeted out, outside of all of his all-star seasons, Ben Wallace is just an average player. So outside of every time he played very, very good, he was just okay. What kind of dumbass take is that, Jeff? I know you, man. We're buddies. Come on, that's a stupid ass sports take. We're moving on. We're not going to talk about the Bulls that much.
Moving
We
on.
might go back to talking about the Bulls.
It's possible. And also, Jeff, you're an idiot. Okay, Ben Wallace is a Hall of Famer. For you to say that, anyways, I don't want to get on tangent. We are here, and Nikki, let's remind them where they are. This is NBA. Okay?
Yay.
This is the podcast that tries to talk about NBA shit.
We did a pretty good job so far.
So far, so good. But mostly we just talk a lot of shit. And today I'm talking shit to you, Jeff. I hope you're fucking listening, you fucking dum-dum, you stupid idiot, you big dummy, okay? You might have Twitter fingers, but I have a microphone. Anywho.
You have to listen to everything that I say. Shout out to Adam Sandler.
Yes, sir. I'm your host, Jay Quiles, a.k.a. Jimmy, I can't believe it's not Butler. Ben and Jerry Simmons, a.k.a. Joel M. Cheese. I thought we locked you in a dumpster. From the West Coast, the birthday boy. Introduce yourself, sir.
Nicky Quiles, a.k.a. Lamar Scrotum. I know it's gross. I don't care. A.k.a. Luke Candy Cornet.
Fuck that guy.
Sorry, you were talking about him, and it got in my mind.
Ugh. Did you see that fucking thing that I posted on the EA Love Instagram, where if you put all the little candy corns in a circle together, they make an ear of corn?
An ear of corn, yeah. Hence candy corn. You never realize they look like corn kernels?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but like also corn kernels don't look like that. They're yellow all the way through. And like who was so baked out of their mind? They're like, let's just
turn this into shitty candy.
Think about how long that took them to make a corn cob from candy corn.
Candy corn is the Luke Cornet of candy.
Oh, Luke Cornet is worse than candy corn. He is so bad. As you guys can hear / see if you're watching.
Oh, wait a minute, real quick. Luke Cornet, also sometimes like Frank Kaminsky and what's his name from the Heat? I can't think of him. He was on the Celtics too. Canadian, long hair.
Kelly Olynyk.
Those three dudes are like proof that if you're 7 feet, there's a real good chance you're making it to the NBA.
Who'd you say?
Sometimes those three dudes. Because Kaminsky's better than both of those guys, but sometimes I watch him playing and I'm just like, man, you're an idiot.
I don't know. Yo, Olynyk was a dog. In Boston, he was a dog. In his first season in Miami was pretty solid.
But like I was watching the Nuggets Miami game and just like staring at him on the court. I'm just like, you look like that 45-year-old at the YMCA that like throws elbows too hard and fucking needs to shoot a 40-foot 3-pointer in order for it goes in. He's got that fucking catapult style throw like every dad has. That's what Olynyk looks like on the court against actual NBA players.
Now you got me wondering. I haven't thought about Kelly Olynyk in so long.
I don't think he's doing. I mean, I'm sure he's doing fine. The Heat are.
He was good last year. Last year he played 79 games.
He
averaged 23 minutes. Dude,
I'm just saying.
Last year he shot 46. He shot 46.3% from the field last year.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah, he averaged 10 points a game, 4.7 rebounds. This year it's 6.9, 5.4, but he's shooting 34% from the field. He's pretty good though, man. He's a 48% career shooter, averages like 9 and 5 as a off the bench like stretch 5. It's not more you can ask for. It's not much more.
I guess it's not terrible. I don't know. It just always feels like I don't know. Every time I watch him play, I'm just like, boy, he just looks uncoordinated and dumb on the court sometimes. And yet I'm just like, he's in there. He's there.
But he's shooting 35% from 3 this year. He's a 36% shooter for his career.
I'll give it to him.
Shout out to Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk's a beast. Kelly Olynyk might be better than Kelly Olynyk's better than the three of them. Better than Kaminsky.
Well, yeah, he's better than Kaminsky and
100%. Luke Cornet is boo boo. Okay, Luke Cornet fucking sucks. Anywho, that's not what we're here for. Now I want to see what Kaminsky's numbers are this year. He's actually having a pretty good year.
Well, the Suns in general.
I mean, he's not shooting great from 3-point range, but he's shooting like 34%. He's averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds. Not terrible. Not terrible. Yeah, Kaminsky's solid. He's solid. Anywho, as the listeners probably heard or didn't hear, and the people watching on YouTube are seeing, we are without Tad today. We are sans Tad. He is currently at Disney World. World. He's in Florida.
World is in Florida.
He's in Florida doing his thing, hanging out with Mickey, drinking some butterbeer, all the above. Yeah, he went to the Magic Kingdom, did his thing. Man, having a great time without us. But that's all right. We will trek on without our boy. Nikki, let's get started, shall we? All right. So, of course, last week we recorded the episode, and then hours after we're done recording, Steph Curry gets injured. Because of course, this is just what happens. Obviously, guys, on the last podcast, and we're no different, we were all talking about how this Warriors team is not good. They weren't good with Steph.
No.
And they are clearly not good without him. They're currently sitting at 2-5. They did win against Portland the other day. It was a very, very good game.
Without him.
Totally.
They, who was it? The Paschal? How do you say the last name? With a P?
Eric Paschal is having a really, really good season. Like, second round pick, like 41st overall, and has scored, I think he scored 30 plus points in 2 straight games. Something to that effect. I don't know. He's been putting up some numbers on that depleted team, but the Warriors are still bad. They're 14th in points per game, 21st in rebounds per game, 6th in assists. Opponents' points per game, they're 28th in the league. They were last. They're the 12th overall team in the Western Conference, and they're just bad. They're bad, and this hits them at the worst possible time. It looks like Steph's going to be out for the season. Shortly after, Draymond went down as well with some with a wrist injury. He hurt his wrist right after Steph hurt his wrist. For the listeners, I am air quoting super hard,
like real hard.
Now, I'm little bunny foo-fooing the shit out of
good stuff.
What I'm saying. And also, D'Angelo Russell was also hurt. I know that wasn't 2 syllables, but my fingers were hurting and I had to do it again. The Warriors are in full tank mode. I mean, they have to be. Granted, this is a blessing in disguise for Bob Myers and for Steve Kerr, because this was the first season where they were going to have to like really flex their GM and coach muscles. And so far, this team is going to tank without trying to tank. And that's kind of the best case scenario in this situation. I mean, now they stand to potentially be in the lottery for a top 5 pick, and early signs show that like the draft prospects aren't as strong. Like last year's draft was really strong, and we can talk about that later probably. But this past draft had a lot of really good prospects. I mean, like 1 through 10. Like you look at like Zion, RJ, fucking Kobe, fucking Ja Morant, Garland and Culver. Cam Reddish has been okay. Culver and Darius Garland haven't been much of anything, but like Tyler Hero has been a fucking monster. Like Kendrick Nunn. I mean, granted, he wasn't drafted, but like this class of rookies is really strong. This incoming class, all signs are pointing to them being very top heavy, and not a very deep draft class. So like they're gonna want to get somebody, but there also doesn't seem to be any like. There's no Zion in this draft. There is no like franchise changer thus far. Now that changes as like college season goes on. It just started last night, so who really knows? But in any case, this puts him in a nice position if you really think about like the long term. The tough part is like you lose one of the final peak seasons of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
With this injury, which really, really sucks because he was putting up Steph Curry like numbers. A lot of people put money on him to win the MVP, myself included. We're going to nix that. But in any case, do you think, Nicky, that the Golden State Warriors will be able to recover from this season and go back to their previous glory in coming seasons?
Full on glory, I don't know, but next year they're going to be completely fine. Steph comes back. D'Angelo will still. I think he'll still be there. Draymond will still be there. Clay comes back. Like that's a good core for you to have. Truthfully, all you need at that point would be like a better center. Although Looney is also injured, and so like he's a very serviceable big man. Like I think they're going to be completely fine. They got to strengthen up that bench though, because they can't be. Since they're not as top heavy as they were at one point, they're going to need a little bit more now, like in the actual bench.
Yeah.
None? Question mark?
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, like, with regards to that, there's a lot of silver linings here. Now, all their young players are going to get some real experience playing this whole season. They're going to have opportunities to fail, to succeed. Again, like we talked about earlier, like Eric Pascal is having a really good start to his season. Pascal, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
I don't know how to say it. Pascal.
I mean,
I don't know. Hey, his birthday just happened. I forgot about that because one of that 30-point game, the Portland game was on his birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. But like he's putting up great numbers so far. I mean, undoubtedly,
19.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, he's shooting 29% from the field, 68% from 68% from the field, 29% from three. He's been fine.
86 from free throw. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's solid. He gets rebounds. He's a big dog. He can stretch the floor a little bit. Yeah, he's fine. You know, D'Angelo Russell's been fine. You know, he's gonna be their leading scorer now, no question. He's not gonna lead that team to anything, but he'll be their leading scorer. He's definitely missed some games, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Draymond is clearly appearing to miss some games. We'll see what happens. The thing is, like, Draymond's not going to be able to pick up the scoring load, so this is going to hurt them for this season, obviously. But I'm actually excited to see what comes of this moving forward. Like, giving Jordan Poole the ability to, like, really play this year, and Eric Pascal and fucking, like, Omari Spellman is still, like, a low-key prospect on their team. If Alex Burks, like, can start contributing, you know, that's a positive for them. Damian Lee, Kai Bowman, like, there's guys on this team that, like, some of them won't be on the roster next year, but like
Marquise Chris.
Yeah, fuck Marquise Chris. He's done.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's terrible.
He's
my man started the first game of the season, and after the first game, they're like, "That's your audition, and you're fired. That's it.
You failed.
You'll play when we need you." No, but like, look, there's gonna be it's gonna be a rehearsal, or not a rehearsal. It's gonna be an audition for a lot of these guys, and you know, like, to your point, Clay comes back next year, Steph comes back next year, and like, if they're able to get a top pick and maybe package D'Angelo Russell to go get somebody who's like coming off of an expiring contract next year, or if they can like package it for like a sign and trade type thing, like they've got flexibility. It's going to be interesting what they can see. The only thing that sucks is like they're strapped for cash, so it's going to be interesting to see what they're capable of doing. But
yeah, they have to figure that shit out.
Let's move on to the next subject here, shall we?
Sounds good.
Holla Luka. Okay? Holla Luka.
Hallelujah.
Beautiful.
Hallelujah.
Oh, it gets better.
Hallelujah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Who sings that song?
Hell if I know.
The original? Oh, fuck. Tad's going to kill us because I know Tad knows this.
Yeah, he 100% knows.
It's a white dude.
Yes. It's a podcast?
Oh,
I don't know.
You're talking about
the Luka version. I'm not talking about the Hallelujah version.
I was talking about Hallelujah, but
I don't fucking know.
Hallelujah is sung by the Ringer's own Isaac Lee. This I know.
Oh, okay, cool.
They made a big deal of it. I guess it's kind of embarrassing that I know that and I don't know who's saying Hallelujah.
No, I remember there was this one time somebody was like, they were like, "Oh, are you religious?" And I was like, "Oh, not really." And they're like, "Oh, so you went to Catholic school?" And I was just like, "Oh, yeah, that really is how that is, isn't it? If you went to Catholic school, you kind of just forget everything about
hell yeah,
Catholicism."
hell yeah. Oh
So
my god, what's this?
we're in
Leonard Cohen.
agreement. Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen.
I don't know
That's
who
who
that
sings
is.
it. Oh, what a good song. In any case, Luka Doncic. We talked about him already in last week's episode. But your boy is off to a historically great start. This past weekend had back-to-back triple doubles against the Lakers and the Cavaliers. Had a battle with the Lakers. They should have fucking won. They should have won
That was a
that
good
game.
game.
That was a bullshit call or no call when Dwight Howard was holding Seth Curry, but we'll talk about that here in a second. In any case, Luka Doncic over the weekend averaged 31, 13, and 15 over 2 games. Okay. He is currently averaging 25, 10, or pardon me, he's averaging fuck. There we go. 27, 10, and basically 10 on the season, shooting 46% from the field and 35.2% from 3 and 80% from the line. He is legitimately etched into the MVP conversation. My man is balling. The Dallas Mavericks team is solid. We talked about this last week, but he continues to perform. How legit is this, Nicky? Like, do you think that, like, should we expect this from Luka? And is he going to win Most Improved?
I mean, yeah, I think he's winning Most Improved right off the back. Is he going to hold these numbers the whole season? Probably not. So I don't know if he'll end up being the MVP, but fuck, he might be next year. He is fucking crushing it right now. I'm very excited. Him and Trae Young are both living up to all the potential, like, so far, and all the hype that they've been getting. And I am so fucking excited for the rest of these two dudes' careers. But yeah, Luka's been fucking amazing. Because at times, Kristaps hasn't been as good as you'd hope he'd be. He's obviously producing, but there's been some games that it's like it's the Luka show.
You know who's not super happy with this? Bloody D-Rock. His countryman.
Yeah.
His countryman. Well, no, he's not his countryman. In any case, he had the opportunity, man. He had the opportunity to draft him. He went with Marvin Bagley, who's not a bad player, but he's not Luka Doncic. Hey, Phoenix, you hired his former coach, his national team coach.
Yeah.
You had the number 1 overall pick. I can understand why you went with Aiden, hometown kid, so on and so forth. Big, sexy, big man. I get it. How's he going to play with Devin Booker? Shut the fuck up. You ruined it. You fucked up, Phoenix.
Booker needed a point guard anyways. This would have been the perfect fit.
Listen, this is just what people were saying at the time of the draft. The Sacramento Kings maintained, we don't know how he's going to fit next to De'Aaron Fox. You make it work. You make it work. Atlanta. Listen, Trae Young, he's great. He looks like a solid pick. But he's not Luka Doncic. You guys fucked up too. All 3 of those teams had opportunities to draft him. And they fucked up. They fucked up real hard. He is, if he keeps up this pace and Dallas finishes at like the 4 seed, it's not crazy to think that he could win the MVP, and he'd be the youngest MVP in NBA history
by 2 years.
Right in front of Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess he'll probably be like 21 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it'll just be one year. But yeah, because like Derrick Rose only won by like 10 days or something, like by days. It's not, I mean, it's probably not something as close as 10 days, but it was literally only days difference. If he were to win this year, it would be a year at least difference, a year and some change. That'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm very excited to like. He is out of his goddamn mind, and it's been a blast to watch.
Yeah, it's really impressive. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, he's in the top right now as we're going just the first 2 weeks of basketball. 2 or 3? 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
We're on week 3. I think it's like him, Giannis, and I don't know. Those are the top 2 right now for me for MVP at this point in time. LeBron's been killing it, but I don't know. They've been on different levels, it feels like.
Yeah, which I guess is kind of a good segue. I mean, we talked about this a little bit. Obviously, the Lakers played the Mavericks in a really, really fun NBA Friday matchup this past Friday. Of course, the Lakers winning in overtime and LeBron, in a lot of ways, leading the charge. Of course, we talked about Dwight Howard holding Seth Curry, which led to a Danny Green open three in the corner. Should have lost that game, but I digress. The Lakers are now, as of last night, because they came back after being down by 18 points at the half.
We're not going to talk about the Bulls.
Okay.
We're not talking the Bulls.
Okay.
Not talking the Bulls again.
Okay. Okay, I can do this. Thank you.
No problem.
They're now 6-1. They are top of the Western Conference. In that time, LeBron James is averaging 26, 8, and 11, shooting 47% from the field. And Anthony Davis is scoring 29, 11 and a half, and 3 blocks per game. Had a 40-20 game last week, by the way, as well, which is a dominant performance. Not to mention, Dwight Howard seems to be resurged. Now, he's not putting up gaudy numbers by any stretch of the imagination, but what he is doing is he's shooting really efficiently, he's playing very good defense, and he's a positive when he's on the floor. Let's just pull up his numbers here for a second. So looking at the season, he's averaging 12, 10, 1.7 blocks. Pardon. Oh no, that's from never mind.
That's 2004, dude.
That's his rookie season.
Way less.
Rookie season.
6.
Let me see if I can do this in the opposite order. That's just easier for me. So
yeah, there you go.
7, 2.1 blocks, 8 rebounds. Again, shooting 79% from the field.
That's impressive.
I mean, they're giving him opportunities to do the back to the basket thing like he likes, but he's also doing a lot of rim running, which is what they want. He's playing next to AD, which keeps AD happy because he didn't want to play 5 when he came to LA anyways. And frankly, he's been a positive for that team overall. Like, I'm trying to pull up his advanced numbers here, but like, he has been a positive on the defensive end. He's got a plus minus of 1.5.
No, you got to flip the season again.
God damn it.
They always go from rookie, baby.
Son of a bitch.
There you go.
6.7 defensive plus minus. Solid.
Very good.
He's a positive plus minus on the offensive end. He's got 0.4 win shares already. I mean, his defensive rebounding percentages are higher than quite some time. And yeah, I mean, he's been really good for that team as a backup center.
He's been helping.
There's not much more that you want from him, but like, this team, listen, man, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but like, they are playing quite well. I'm just gonna pull up their rankings here. It's a little bit easier to do it on Basketball Reference, but like, they're off to a really good start, and the big hit on them was like, what is their depth? Like, opening night against the Clippers, were like, well, they the thing that we thought they were going to be bad at, they are bad at. Well, really good at defense, thanks to Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard. And the offense is coming around. They're 13th in the NBA right now. You know, they're having a really good season. They're having a really good season. And I guess my question is, were we wrong about them? Like, is this the best team in the Western Conference?
Fucking hell. I mean, as of right now, they are. I think the Clippers are a better team at full health, but also like Kawhi's just kind of playing when he feels like.
Sure.
I guess. Yeah, I was wrong. They're doing very well.
I mean,
I'll admit it.
we knew that Kawhi was going to be on a minutes restriction. We knew he was going to be on a workload type thing. And I said that in our preview. I said part of
Yes.
my concerns, or not even concerns, but like part of my expectations of this team is that Kawhi is going to be they're gonna like manage his load for the season, and Paul George is not going to be playing now. Some reports came out today that he's been practicing with the team and he's getting closer, but like he's not back yet. And look,
Yeah.
the Clippers are still good, but this Lakers team has gotten off to a really hot start. They've gotten off to a really hot start, and much of it has to do with those three guys that we just talked about. And then, of course, the Lakers' greatest player, Alex Caruso. He's been great. But this team is good, man. I was wrong. I was
Yeah.
I
No,
was
no, I
wrong.
was wrong.
Still early, second week of the season. A lot can go wrong. Dwight Howard went from a man who couldn't find a team to a man who's very seriously contributing to a title contending team. LeBron looks great and has really stepped it up after that first game. AD has looked great except for last night's game. And they're getting contributions from around the team. I mean, they're getting contributions from guys off the bench, Danny Green, I guess Quinn Cook to some extent, like JaVale McGee, Avery Bratt. Like they're getting solid contributions from across the board. And I guess now I
Yeah.
look at the Clippers are 5-2, so they're one game behind the Lakers. So.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, no, the game, they're all very close to him.
But no, I mean, look, this Lakers team's solid, man. This Lakers team
Yeah.
is quite solid. I mean, yeah, I mean they're getting contributions from guys. Kyle Kuzma's back now, so that helps their depth a little bit, helps their scoring off the bench. The offense is going to be the thing this season. That's going to be the thing where people are going to be like, this is when shit falls off.
Yes.
A little bit, but we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens with this team. That does bring me to my next conversation. So the Sixers lost to Phoenix the other night, which now means that there are no more undefeated teams in the NBA. So
yes,
2 weeks into the season, are the Sixers the best team in the league? And if not, who to you is the best team in the NBA currently?
I don't think they're the best team in the league. I think they've been very strong those first 5 games. The game against Phoenix was actually a lot of fun to watch.
Good game.
And it wasn't. It was a great game. And it wasn't much of a loss. 114-109, as we see now on the screen.
Yeah.
But truthfully, we were just talking about. I think the Lakers are right now the best team in the league. Just at the moment, they're fucking hot. They're doing so good right now. They suck in the first half of every single game, but in the second half, they just wake up and come alive and fucking destroy it.
Yeah, but that point right there makes me concerned about like the longevity of the season, because like you can get away with this shit early in the season.
I'm afraid. Yeah, I was thinking to say, yeah, that's the same sort of situation where I'm like, I mean, yeah, like the Warriors were kind of known for turning it on in the third quarter, but they keep it relatively close the whole game until the third quarter when they blow them out. The Lakers are starting off behind, and then the third quarter comes out, and they go off on a freaking tear, and then they end up winning.
Yeah.
So I don't think, the same thing. I don't think longevity is gonna be there. But as of right now, the Lakers, they're just fucking everything's clicking for them.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I said my piece about the Lakers. I think the Lakers are solid. I think they're gonna be a good team. They've got 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA, so shocker. I love this Philadelphia 76ers team, though. And I said it in the beginning. I still think that these guys are going to the championship, barring any injuries. Look, they lost that game against Phoenix the other day because Joel Embiid wasn't playing because he was serving his suspension. Joel Embiid plays, they win that game. They're still undefeated. This team is very good. They are the best team in the Eastern Conference. Their defense is superb. Ben Simmons is having a good season thus far. He's not shooting any 3-pointers, which, shocker, he still has not shot one, but he's doing what he does. He's 15, 6, and 8. Tobias Harris is lighting it up
with 3 steals a game.
Yeah, I mean, like he's great on the defensive end. This whole team is just like nasty
dude,
on the defensive end. Monster, dude.
4 was it 4 point? No, what am I looking at? Steals 2.3.
Yeah, Matisse Thybulle's he's their second.
That's great.
He's probably their second best defender right now.
Yeah.
Right now, as a rookie. He's really good.
And right above him, Furkan Korkmaz, like he's been contributing like crazy for this team.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like there's some real players on this team.
Yeah, they got good pieces.
They're deeper than a lot of people thought, despite like outside of their starting five. And I tweeted this the other day, but like having Al Horford and fucking Kyle O'Quinn and Jonah Bolden, and I guess to some extent like Mike Scott, having those guys who can like offset the center minutes for Joel Embiid, because like it seems like already he's only played 3 games this season. Of course, he missed one because of suspension, but he's also taken some rest already. Like, I like that for this Sixers team to have a deep run into the playoffs, because now you're letting Embiid get his rest during the season so that he is ready to go in the playoffs. Because this team is bound for the playoffs, and they're great. They're really
good. They're good. This is a good team.
I mean, they're first in rebounding, they're first in turnovers, they're first in defensive rebounding. Like, I mean, they're really good. They're really, really good. Yeah. I guess any honorable mentions? You said the Lakers, we said the Sixers. What other teams strike you as like, okay, this team's good. This team is really good. Like, I will say this: Nikola Jokic has looked like shit, and yet Denver is still firing on all cylinders. Yeah. If he can start to figure shit out and get his fat ass in shape, then that team is.
They're doing fine.
They're good. They're good.
They're good.
Look, I didn't love them going into the season, but look, I've been wrong before. I'm already wrong a lot this season. But they're good. They're really good on the defensive end. Like they're 5th in opponents points per game. And like once the
defensive rating. Okay.
Yeah, and like look, we knew that they played good defense. It was the offense last year that struggled a little bit. And look, Jokic is still having a rough season. Like he's not been good. The turnover numbers are bad. Like he's, 15, 9, and 6, which is no slouch, but his turnover numbers are crazy high. 3.1 per game, which is insane. He's just been careless, and yeah, he doesn't look great to start, man. He's shooting 28% from 3, which is not his forte. That's not his thing. But he's shooting 46% from the field overall. Like, it's just you want more from your big man who's leading your team. But overall, like this team is still solid, man. They're getting good contributions from fucking Will Barton. They're getting good contributions again from Jamal Murray. The one question is like, when are they gonna let Michael Porter off the fucking when are they gonna let him go? Because
he got 7 points a game in 10 minutes, like 3 rebounds. He's not really. Look, he's shooting 66% from the field, 33 from 3. Those are good numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
I told you he can shoot. He is a shooter, and he knows how to get around defenders and put himself in good positions to be able to score from damn near anywhere. I know he's probably a little stiff, from the back, but they gotta loosen that leash a little bit. Just let him go a little bit more because he's good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see it little by little as they kind of let that leash go. But I will say this: not super impressed with Milwaukee. Really not. They didn't add a lot. Eric Bledsoe looks just okay. Chris Middleton's been fine. Giannis has been Giannis, but the rest of that team is just like I don't know, man.
I think they'll pick it up. What do you think about Boston? They're 5-1.
Yeah, I mean, look, they did hit a game winner against the Knicks, so like that helps there. If they missed that, they're 4-2. Still a good team. My big concern with them still remains like they don't have anybody to rebound the ball. Now
they never have.
They had Al Horford last year for the last 4 years. I mean,
rebounding.
They also won last night because Gordon Hayward went off, dude.
He had 39. He's playing very well. I think he's averaging like 29 this year.
Bro, he was 16. No. But he's good. 20, like 20 points.
Yeah, see?
But, look, he was my pick for comeback player of the year or most improved. So we shall see. But he's shooting, nearly 60% from the field, shooting 50% from 3 on 3.7 shots a game. Like, He's off to a good start, man. Kemba's, after a major dud in the first game, has started to pick it up. Jason Tatum looks solid. Jaylen Brown's
good.
Jaylen Brown stuff. My concern still remains is like, your number one rebounder right now is Jason Tatum and Gordon Hayward. They're tied. Like, Enes Kanter's averaging like 6 rebounds a game. Daniel Tias, 6.6. Robert Williams, 4.8. Like, that concerns me. Daniel Tias has been their starting center for the majority of the season, and like, he's just, you need more. You need more. And my concern is, look, they're ranked 26th right now in offensive rebounds, and they're ranked 20th in defensive rebounds in the league right now. It's a concern to me as the season goes on, because this has always been their Achilles heel, is their ability to secure rebounds, and they get out rebounded. And there's a team that we just talked about in Philadelphia, not too far from them, that is much better at this.
Very good at rebounding.
They're much better. I will say another team that I've been really impressed by has been Miami.
Miami's looking good. Yeah, I figured we were going to talk about them.
That Miami team legit. And also, like, we talked about this a little bit last week, but that Toronto team is fun, man. That Toronto team is good.
They're good.
But this Miami team, and I'll tell you what, like, they have a nice deep roster. Now they've got Jimmy back and, doing Jimmy things. But like, Kendrick Nunn has been like carrying the burden of the scoring load up to this point, like 18.3 points per game. You're getting good contributions from Myers Leonard, from fucking Tyler Hero's been great for them. Bam Adebayo's been great for them. Justice Winslow's been solid for them. Like, this is a fun team, man. This is a fun team, and they're pretty deep. You're getting contributions like from 10 guys, like really 10 guys.
And none of them are going so crazy that you're going to be like, oh, this will fall pretty quickly. Like, they're all doing like what you think. The only one is Kendrick Nunn averaging 18 points is like, I don't know, but he's also 24. So there's definitely a chance that he's like ready to take that role on.
His story is crazy, man. His story is fucking crazy.
I hope he keeps that.
Look, I've always been a Myers Leonard fan. I always wanted him to have a better career than he's had up to this point. He's shooting 64% from three right now. That's not going to maintain.
No.
But he's been fine for them. But this Miami team's fun, man. They're a fun little team. They're I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, which was your topic.
Yes. This is a little thing I'm going to be doing. A little game corner. Gonna have some fun here. Just play with a bunch of what ifs in a sense. Today, as you see here on the screen, Jay has Brandon Ingram up. He has been crushing it. Sorry, I'm trying to pull everything up as I talk, and my internet's being poopy. Yeah. So Brandon Ingram, as we can see, 25.9 points, 7.1 rebounds, 4.3 assists so far in season. Only 7 games in. But career-wise, hot damn, 14-3, 4-8, 2-9. Those are way different numbers. One making me wonder, are you for real? Is this for real? Is this something he can actually keep ongoing? And there's a couple of other people that I would like to know if, oh no, I screwed it up. Thank you, Rudy Ray Moore. Shout out to Dolomite. That was specifically from the movie, what was it called? Disco Godfather, where he came up with a catchphrase, put your weight on it. Love that guy. Very funny. The movie on Netflix is great. So, Brandon Ingram, I'm going to list off 5 players real quick. All young guys. It's, what do we got? 1 second year. We got 5. 1 second year, 3 4-year, year 4 players, and 1 rookie who are off to fucking hot ass starts. And I just want to know, between all of these guys, who do you think will be the first one to fizzle out, the last one to fizzle out, and who do you believe this is probably what their numbers will be from here on out as their careers continue?
Okay.
Or better for specifically the last one.
Okay.
So here are the guys. We got Brandon Ingram. Alert for the last guy.
Got it.
Brandon Ingram has got 25.9, 7.1, and 4.3.
Yeah.
That's points, rebounds, assists. Then we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's averaging 22.1, 6.6, and 3.1. Then we got Domantas Sabonis, who's averaging 21.8, 11.4, 2.6. Last year's most improved player, Pascal Siakam, who's averaging 26, 8.5, and 3.3. And lastly, the rookie Ja Morant, who's averaging 19.5, 3.7, and 5.5.
All right. So
These are all guys on some hot ass starts.
so let's
Like,
get into
this is
this.
amazing. These
Let's
are
get
all
into
star
this.
numbers.
So let's go person by person. So first is Brandon Ingram. I said in last week's episode, and I have tweeted about this ad nauseum. We were just waiting for the right opportunity for this kid, and he has shown out on this Pelicans team. The Pelicans team is not great, but this has been Brandon Ingram's coming out season. I mean, across the board, he's doing all the things that he was doing in LA pre-LeBron, where we were like, oh, we're seeing glimpses. And then last year, his growth was stunted by playing next to LeBron James. A lot of people thought it was going to help him. It actually hurt him a lot because he actually does much better with the ball in his hands. That shows by his 4.3 assists, and his scoring numbers are crazy. 55% from the field and 48.6% from three. Clearly, those numbers are not going to maintain. I do anticipate that Brandon Ingram finishes as a top 20 scorer in the NBA this season and is an all-star in the Western Conference for the New Orleans Pelicans. This is so promising for them once Zion comes back as well. But I believe in Brandon Ingram, and I stand by him. Even though in the preseason I said I believed in Lonzo on this team more than Brandon Ingram. Look, man, Lonzo's Lonzo. What are you gonna do? That ship has basically sailed. I actually want to look at his numbers. I haven't looked at his numbers in a minute.
I don't think he's been doing terrible.
Brandon Ingram is the truth. This is real. This is the Brandon Ingram that we should expect to see for the rest of his career. That is my very, very, very strong feeling on Brandon Ingram. I've been singing his praise for the last 3 seasons. I really like him, and he's finally putting it together, like in a real way.
Yeah, he has been looking a lot better. But Lonzo Ball's we got 12.4, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1.6 steals. He's doing fine.
You know what? He's doing pretty good. He's shooting fucking 39% from 3. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
On four shot attempts, like, or pardon me, 6.3, shooting 38%. I mean, 7 assists, 1.6 steals. Like, that's what you want from your point guard, man. This team is promising. This team is promising. But yes, this Brandon Ingram, this is the Brandon
Ingram. Like a motherfucker. They just can't.
Oh, they can't defend for shit. They're terrible. They're terrible.
Yeah.
This is the Brandon Ingram that we should come to expect from here on out. That's like, there's no question in my mind.
So that's what you think he's going to be one that ends up. This is just going to be his sort of career numbers.
Expect this type of production. Probably, obviously, temper expectations, but like 20. I would say by the end of the season, I would say he's at like 22, 7, and 4 for the season.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'd say he probably shoots above, probably around like 48% and probably like 30. I think the 3-point numbers are probably going to even out. I'm going to say 36% on the season.
36% on the season. Okay.
And
those are good numbers.
I mean, all-star. Book it.
You got him as an all-star. I mean, it's the West. That's going to be hard, but I could see.
Book it.
Okay.
Steph is out. Draymond's out. Like, all these dudes. Plays out.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, all these guys. There's
openings. We'll talk.
Paul George will likely not be an all-star. Paul George will probably not be an all-star. I mean, everything else.
Okay. I accept it. So I think he'll probably have numbers close to this. I don't think I will not be giving him the first one to fizzle out award, but I don't think he is going to be the one who keeps his hot streak the longest.
Agreed.
How I feel about that one.
That's fair.
What we got next? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averaging 22.1 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 3.1 assists. I'm 48% from the field, 41% from 3.
Yep.
How you feel about Shai?
Shai's great. I mean,
fuck yeah, he is.
People loved him in the Clippers, and he was the big get in that trade with the Clippers. look, he's the future of this team. I don't expect this type of production for the rest of the season. I would venture to say like high teens. Rebound numbers probably stay around the same. He's a big point guard. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
And like Chris Paul is still like manning the point guard duty. So I expect his assist and rebound numbers to stay right around what they are. I would say the points are probably going to be closer to like 18 by the end of the season, but like second season, 18 and 6, 3 assists. He's probably going to finish shooting about like, I would say probably around like 46% and probably about like 37% from three, maybe 35%, because there's going to naturally be that lull. But I love Shea, man. Like this kid is the truth, and I think there's a real chance for him to be an all-star in this league. I would say I feel honestly, and I'm not just saying his praises, but like I feel more confident about Shea Gilgeous's long-term trajectory in his career than I do about Brandon Ingram. I feel very strongly that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be a multiple-time all-star. Again, barring any crazy injuries, multiple-time all-star in the NBA. He's got everything he needs, and Chris Paul is not going to be around for much longer. He's going to lead the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
As soon as I would say the middle of this season potentially.
Probably, yeah, most likely. I don't see Chris Paul staying the whole season. And truthfully, I think Shea keeps these numbers all season. I maybe 21, 6 and 3, but I think I 100% believe that he can keep these numbers up the entire season, and I think it only goes up from here.
I mean, so him. a lot of this depends on how the season goes for them. They've got some very tradable assets on their team, and then one not so tradable asset, but somebody who they might want to trade in Chris Paul. But like chances of Danilo Gallinari being on this team at the end of the season, if they're like teetering in like mediocredom, is pretty low. Like Danilo's going to be gone.
Same thing with like Steven Adams. If they
there's a potential for them to unload Steven Adams. Like, I mean, you know, there's some tradable contracts on this team, and then of course there's
Schroeder's gone. Maybe
that's going to be a tougher contract to trade. But they might want to keep him as a backup to Shea Gilgeous. But like Steven Adams could be out, Danilo could be out, and there's been a lot of rumors already about Chris Paul. But like this team's not bad. They're 3-4 already on the season. They're teetering right around where we expected them to be. Their defense is really good. Thank you, Steven Adams. Thank you, Shea Gilgeous. Thank you, Chris Paul to some extent.
Chris Paul.
You know, and their offense is not bad. Not good. Okay. It's not great, but
not the best.
Look, they're 3-4 on the season, and I do understand what you say. Like, if they trade away a lot of those pieces, then the potential for him to actually be like a legitimate 20-point per game scorer, it skyrockets because like who else is on the basket for them?
Who else is gonna give them? Yeah, who else is gonna fucking score for them? I have nothing but high hopes for Shea. Shea's the shit. He's good to go. Yeah. I think he might be the one who keeps the streak the longest this year out of all the guys that are here. Okay. He's my pick for the longest hot streak.
The team is set up for him to be successful.
I think that's a big reason.
Specifically in this season. All right, who we got next?
Next up, we got Domantas Sabonis.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Domantas is up with 21.8, 11.4, 2.6. You're about to come up on the screen with them. Well, we got 57% from the field, 42% from three, 89% from the free throw. Coming out your big man. Like, Domantas is doing a very good job. I do, however, feel like he probably will end up being the one who comes out of his hot streak the quickest. I
disagree.
You disagree? It's okay. We don't have to disagree on everything.
Here's why. That was good. Here's why. Mr. Turner is hurt and is going to be out for a little bit.
I was wondering how long I guess it's all dependent on how long he's out.
Yeah, I mean he's out. We'll see how long. His injury is worse than Domantas' injury. Domantas is like day to day with a calf injury, but like right now he is there scoring. Like, and he is so efficient that like you have a lot of confidence knowing if I get it to him, I'm gonna get a bucket. The chances of me getting a bucket very, very high. And until Oladipo comes back, and if Miles Turner is hurt, and granted, like Miles Turner is not fucking he's not scoring at the level that Domantas Sabonis. Honestly, between the two of them, I prefer Domantas Sabonis. And Miles Turner, great defensive player.
Yeah, I think
looked
I
really
have
good last
too.
year. Was defensive player of the year quality last year. Was all defensive quality last year. But Domantas is
Yeah, can you go up on the
solid.
screen for me real quick? Because
Solid
Domantas
across
is
the
fucking.
board.
He's doing good. I want to see the team stats, all the players. Because right now it's Domantas and fucking, as we talked about last week, Malcolm Brogdon is this one because he's averaging 23 a game right now.
Yeah, this team's about to hit they're about to hit some black ice. There's about to be a skid on this team. I feel very confident in saying that.
You said black ice, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I thought you said black eyes, and I was like, why would they hit black eyes? That doesn't make any sense.
I did not say that.
Yeah. I just have a feeling that he might end up slipping because, like you said, it's just right now. It's just him and fucking Malcolm Brogdon. And now he's day to day, so it's pretty much just Malcolm Brogdon. But I think these seem like capable numbers for him. I think he might be. There's a chance for him to be an All-Star this year.
It's possible.
He might lose out to Malcolm Brogdon because I don't see Malcolm Brogdon slowing down either.
Yeah, but there's plenty.
Malcolm Brogdon's also 27. He's a grown man. He's hitting his prime.
Well, there's plenty of spots available in the East. There's not a lot of good players in the East.
There's a whole lot.
All right.
Next up, we got Mr. Most Improved Player Pascal Siakam. 26 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists. On drumroll, please. Are you bringing it up? Yes, you are.
It's taking its time.
It's PASC.
That's why.
You put K. Now you're just putting KA. Not working.
It is working. I'm getting there.
Okay. I believe in you.
Pascal.
It took a second on my screen. Is it 48% from the field, 42% from three, 96% from the free throw?
Great.
Look at that. Player efficiency rating, 22.2. Only 0.8 win shares, but that's all right. He's doing very well. That's a jump. Look at how much of a jump that is from last season, 16.9, and he was the most improved player. And now he's up to 26.
It's across the board, man. He committed himself to being a better 3-point shooter over the offseason, and the work is showing. He's upped his attempts, but despite that, is shooting 42% on the season so far.
Now, I don't believe that's going to hold.
It's unlikely. But the fact that he's taking those shots,
35,
the fact that he's even taking those shots is super promising. You don't love to see the turnover numbers, but he is very much featured on the offense and is, also behind Kyle Lowry, handling a lot of the ball handling and playmaking responsibilities. But the numbers are up across the board. Defensively, he is still a monster. He's so good. He's so good across the board. Defensive rebounding percentage is up, total rebounding percentage is up. His usage rate is skyrocketed, 31.7%. Despite him being the go-to guy on this team, he's taken that mantle and he's run with it. He's really, I'm impressed, man. He has the potential to be an all NBA talent in this league this year and moving forward. He's still only 25, but Spicy P is hot. Spicy P is hot.
Spicy P is very hot.
Totally. Yeah, I believe in Pascal Siakam. If there's anybody who I'm fucking sign the check, it's Pascal Siakam. This man.
Oh yeah, give him that check.
Well, he already got paid, but what I mean is
he deserves it.
I feel the most confident of everybody on this list. Pascal Siakam is the real deal. He is very much the real deal.
How do you think? By the way, who so far out of, or is it the last one? Who do you think is staying strongest? Who do you think is fizzling out?
We haven't gotten to the last one yet.
Okay, we can get to that right now. I should say the last one now.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good enough.
Yeah.
Which is, as I've already said, Ja Morant, 19.5 points, 3.7 rebounds, 5.5 assists.
Yeah, I'm I am upset with all of us for not mentioning him as a Rookie of the Year candidate.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about. I'm still happy with my pick for Tyler Hero, but I understand that John Morant's real good.
Yeah, I picked Darius Garland. I'm an idiot, so
John Morant's first name is Demetrius.
I guess so.
That's wonderful.
Demetrius. I don't know.
Demetrius is probably how it's supposed to be said.
He is so good. He is so good.
So fucking good. He has tried to do the exact same dunk on every big man he can find, where he just like jumps up, cocks back like a motherfucker with his like. He almost got hurt the other day when he tried to do
that
it.
was rough to watch. That was
rough to watch, but he's fearless. He's going for it 24/7.
He's my pick to have the steepest like decline. It's just inevitable. He's a rookie, but the kid is legit, man. Like,
yeah,
in his rookie season, putting up these numbers, shooting with that efficiency.
50% from three. Can you go down and see how many attempts is he doing per game?
Well, and not only that, but like he's doing it on the defensive end. He's winning them games. He blocked a shot against Kyrie. Like, this kid has got a really, really bright future. And I believe very strongly. If I had to rank them in order, I would say Pascal. This is like to maintain for this season. I'm going to rank them in this order. Go Pascal. I'm going to go Ingram, Sabonis, Shai Gilgeous, Ja Morant.
Okay, I got Shai, Pascal, Ingram, Morant, and Sabonis. That's mine.
Okay. Now,
from longest to least.
Now, for future projections, I'm going
number one.
I'm going Pascal.
Yeah, he's going to be good, yeah.
He's 25. He's 25. Yeah. This is what we should expect from him moving forward. Pascal, Ja Morant, Brandon Ingram, Shai Gilgeous, DeMontis.
Okay, I got
that's it for me.
Mine would be
actually switch Shai and Brandon Ingram. Switch Shai.
Okay. Mine would be Ja, Pascal, Shai, Ingram, and then Sabonis.
Yep.
At the bottom. So I know Sabonis keeps getting the shit end of the stick, but Sabonis is clearly going to be an all-star. He's going to be a very good player. It's just these other four dudes are stepping it up.
It's all circumstantial.
It's all circumstance. Theory of relativity. Hot plate, hot lady. LL Cool J.
Look at that. Look at that.
That watching I've only seen one of the games like in full with John Morant, but watching highlights and everything, and the one game I did see, he is a lot of fun. He's just got like there's intensity. You can just see every single game that like will to win, or like fuck you, I'm gonna dunk on you, I'm gonna cross you up, I'm gonna steal the ball from you. He's just got that intensity, that winning mentality. You can see is there.
Yeah, no, Memphis has got to be happy with their situation right now. Having him,
they did a good job.
Having Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, look, they fucking suck, but those two as your cornerstone pieces for the future, like, man, it's that's where you want to be. I mean, Jaren Jackson's been day to day with some knee trouble this year, but like those two guys, man, those two guys. I mean, Jaren Jackson, he's having a rough shooting season from three, but like, you know, he's putting up similar numbers to what he put up last year. You'd like to see the scoring numbers up a little bit. He did score more last year, not substantially more, but like, you know, you'd like to see the numbers go up. He's definitely having a down year from last year, but the two of them together, man, it's going to be a really, really fun future. Like, this is like new age Mike Conley, Marc Gasol for them, which is so awesome.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's awesome.
Anywho, anything else we want to talk about today?
Not that I can think of.
All right, man. Well, let's plug and let's get this shit out of here, birthday boy.
You can follow me at Nicky Palooza.
And you can follow me at J_Keelas on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can follow NBA at NBA Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You cannot follow me on Facebook. I should mention that. I said Facebook. That's not true. Just Instagram and Twitter at J_Keelas. That being said, Please do give the podcast a 5-star rating and review. We would greatly appreciate it. It helps us get up in the rankings, helps other people find us. We've been doing this now for almost over 2 years. We want people to know who we are. We keep doing it. We keep giving you guys this free stuff, this love. We hope you guys are enjoying it. Please do comment. Let us know how you're feeling. Tweet at us. We would love to know your opinions if you're out there listening. What are we missing? What should we be talking about? What do you want to hear us talk about? If you're more of a YouTube person, you can check us out at MBA and MBA Show on YouTube. We now have posted the last 3 episodes of NBA, and we're going to continue that trend until I get tired. But in any case, for Nicky, for Jay, this has been NBA. We're out.
Bye. Also, Tad.
He's not here. For Nicky, for Jay, this has been NBA. We're out.